Breaking news, folks. We have a situation in Chicago, Illinois. Apparently, there has been 6 people that have been shot from a mass shooting around 2 p.m. this afternoon. Come on in, JLR investigates. Heavy police presence at the 3500 block of West 59th Street in Chicago. We've been covering the Chicago violence, the shootings in Chicago, and it looks like once again another mass shooting type of event where multiple people have been shot. I'm trying to get some information. It looks like 2 people are dead, 4 people injured. This is near Gage Park, and police are still at the scene. I see multiple feeds that we're trying to get an understanding of what's going on. Mass shooting in Chicago, folks. Chicago, come on in. JLR investigates as we cover what's going on in Chicago. I'm trying to get some information. I saw this just pop up and I'm like, oh my goodness, again. But it's not shocking and surprising considering it's Chicago, Illinois, and Chicago is known for this type of violence. But man, the city, economic crisis, migrant crisis, violence, it's pretty bad in Chicago. They had a holiday festivities last week and there were shootings down there at the Loop, even during these events. It's bad in Chicago. It literally is. And Magnolia sending me some information. I'm going to get some information here so we can understand what in the world is going on in Chicago with a shooting. But you could see they got all the police, all the roads blocked off in that area. 6 people shot, 2 people are dead in Chicago. Mass shooting in Chicago. So let me see what Magnolia sent me here. She sent me a clip here. We'll play this shortly. But this is the scene. We're going to get some information of what this is about that happened in Chicago today. So what they're saying is 2 p.m. authorities were sent to the 3500 block of West 59th Street for reports of multiple people shot. When authorities arrived, they found 2 people dead and 4 people injured. So that's what we have here thus far. Victims, we do not know names. Mass shooting, Chicago. 2 people were taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition. 1 person was taken to the University of Chicago Hospital in critical condition. 1 person was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital in fair condition. No other information has been released. We just talked yesterday about another shooting incident in Oak Park, where a officer was killed in the line of duty. Oak Park is a suburb of Chicago. So the way I've been seeing it, particularly in the last couple months, these streets of Chicago are starting to turn into the wild, wild west. The streets of Chicago getting very, very bad. Magnolia sent me some information here. Fire officials confirmed that 5 to 6 people were shot in the attack. 2 of the victims succumbed to injuries, while 3 remain in critical condition. 1 person in stable condition. I'm trying to see if they have any suspects. Details surrounding the shooting remain limited at this time, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward. The incident adds to the ongoing concerns over gun violence in Chicago. We're told the shootings took place in a house. It's a grisly crime scene in a house. Magnolia, come on in the chat if you want to come on in. Fill us in on what's going on here. I'm trying to scour around for information about this particular shooting here in Chicago. Wild times, folks. Chicago. What in the world is going on with Chicago? We've already been talking about Mayor Brandon Johnson and his failure, his leadership failure in Chicago. And then Look, you had one of the persons that worked at the tax assessor's appeals office, Samantha Steele, arrested recently. They're starting getting involved with these scandals and a black eye in the city of Chicago lately. But the violence has been escalating for sure. And we're monitoring Chicago. Another area we're monitoring is New Orleans. Shootings continue to happen in New Orleans over the weekend. There has been like 8 separate shootings in New Orleans. But Chicago here, all right. So Magnolia will be in shortly. Trying to get some information here. Inside a resident, 3511 West 59th Street in Gage Park. So now they're saying inside a residence, a shooting, some sort of shooting. 6 people shot in Chicago. 6 people shot. And I'm sure they're going to give a press conference on this one. So let me scan up and see what we got here as we understand what's going on in Chicago. 6 people shot total. 2 dead, 4 shot. With critical injuries. One person's in stable condition, they say. 1 of the 4 victims is in stable. The rest are in critical condition. Gage Park. Does anyone know anything about Gage Park? In the chat. Gage Park. Let's see here. People are saying it's cold out there. What is the temperature? So people are saying it's cold out there in Chicago. What is the temperature in Chicago? Right now, the weather, 26 degrees. Oh my goodness. It's 26 degrees there in Chicago right now. 26 degrees, Gage Park. But people coming out, spectators, people are looking, seeing what in the world is going on here in Chicago. Yeah, I think incoming press conference for sure on this one. Incoming press conference. So we'll scour around, wait for the press conference to happen. Maybe at the scene, maybe not. Large police presence in Chicago. Come on in. It's another CBS feed. Maybe we'll show something shortly. We've got another feed. I'm gonna see what's going on over there in a minute and look. They're pretty much talking about this. 6 people shot. CBS Skywatch. Let me go to Flight Radar and see if we still got choppers in the sky. What choppers we have in the sky. This looks like media choppers. Flight Radar. Violence continues, folks. Gotta stay safe out there, particularly when you get into these cities. The cities. But, you know, as we cover mass shootings and crimes, and it happens everywhere. But these cities, particularly Chicago, and they're already at a $1 billion budget shortfall. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen out of that. You know, the mayor's actually cut down, 2,200 police officers since he's been in office, and then shifted some of those resources towards 200 administrative staff. So less police on the streets in Chicago means less safe. You agree? Disagree? Less police in the streets, less safe. Criminals run amok. Criminals run all over the place. Yeah, I found the area here. There's a couple news. There's 3 choppers in the sky right now, circling this area. There's 3 choppers, according to Flight Radar. They're all circling this area here. Again, for people who are coming in the chat, we're talking about the 3500 block of West 59th Street, a particular residence there. Residence. There has been a grisly, gruesome crime scene, and police are at the scene in Chicago. Some sort of mass shooting type or shooting. Someone shot multiple people, 6 people shot.
So is this the house they're showing?
Yeah, I think it's 3511. I want to say 3511. Welcome aboard, Magnolia.
Hello.
Hello. Chicago. I mean, this is a topic of Chicago. Yeah, they're saying 3511 West 59th Street. So assuming that's the house. I mean, but Magnolia, Chicago. I mean, what is up with the continuous crazy stuff coming out of Chicago?
Yeah, it seems like it's escalating. All right, so I think the house is a brick house. On Google Maps, looks like it's a brick house.
Yeah, I'm looking right here. 3511 West 59th Street, valued at $119,000, according to Redfin. It's like a brick house, like a little red brick house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4 and a 3, a 1,400 square foot home. It's actually valued at $326,000. 4,300 square acre lot. Price is estimated at $232 per square foot. But the home prices there have pretty much been stagnant.
So that's the back of the house right there?
Yeah, I think so. So they got tape in the back and the front. All around the area. 6 people shot. Unbelievable.
I wonder if this was like a murder-suicide situation, or if someone...
I'm trying to find out if someone has been taken...
or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if someone has been taken into custody, or if there has been any arrest. I looking at flight radar, there's literally 3 choppers circling around there right now. I'll see with this chopper. One is a private aircraft, News 5, a Bell 206L Long Rangers up in the sky. You have another one, but this is a private. It's not saying who it is. And then you have another one, N112 News Airbus helicopter H125. They're all hovering around 900 feet. 900 to 1,000 feet above the crime scene. There's 3 choppers, but no law enforcement chopper. So law enforcement, boots on the ground, chopper in the air. We appreciate the chopper view because it gives us an aerial footage of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we have a lot of Chicago people in the chat that sub up to the channel. Fill us in about Chicago, because Chicago in our eyes have been on our radar now for weeks. And we've done extensive lives about Chicago, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everything just keeps escalating. And I saw some people on Twitter speculating and wondering if this was migrants or something like that. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, we'll have to see here as we're trying to understand what's like a, I don't know, man. West 59th Street. I want to see how far it is to Oak Park, considering that we just covered the shooting of the officer, the detective. I mean, it's just south. It's 10 miles south to Oak Park. It's so this area here looks like it's southwest Chicago. It's near Midway Airport.
Oh,
pretty close to Midway Airport. So that's what we got here. Pretty close to Midway Airport. Mass shooting in Chicago. Got another, but there got to be a press conference coming out here shortly on this to try to get an understanding. of what actually is going on. It's crazy. It never stops in Chicago.
Nope.
Literally, it never stops in Chicago. Why do these things keep occurring? All right, let me get some more info here. Shortly, Chicago. Yeah, they still got the 2 choppers up in the sky. So when is as far as the mayor in Chicago? When do they go back for the budget to handle the budget in reference to the budget?
Well, they have a deadline. They have to have the budget by the end of the year, as far as I know. And a lot of people don't have confidence that it will actually happen.
I mean, people are categorizing this as a shooting, a mass shooting. This here. Six people shot, mass shooting. Yeah, they keep saying 6 people shot, mass shooting. Between St. Louis Avenue and Homan Avenue. Homan, like Tom Homan. Homan Avenue. This never ends in Chicago, does it?
Nope.
Just doesn't end in Chicago. Shooting after shooting after shooting. People are like, enough is enough. When are these neighborhoods going to get safe again? Will they ever be safe? What do you think, Magnolia?
It doesn't seem like there's any signs of improvement anytime soon.
Yeah. CBS Chicago's out on the scene too. They might have some let me put this on mute a minute. Let me see something. I'm gonna send you another feed of a there's a CBS 10 that's there, but there's no audio, so we're not getting an understanding of what exactly is going on here, what happened.
Well, I bet you I have a good idea. I bet the people responsible have a criminal record and probably shouldn't even be on the street in the first place. That seems to be a pattern
Yeah.
of all this stuff keeps happening in these cities. When they tell us who the suspect is, it'll turn out that they just
They're on
got paroled,
probation.
or yeah, they just got paroled for something insane.
They're on probation, they're on parole. Just got out of prison, just got out of jail. Extensive criminal record, assault and violence. All right, so we got another feed up on here. This is live at this house here on 3500 block of West 59th. I think it's 3511. It looks like that brown brick house. Chicago shooting. Come on in, folks.
Yeah, that one we covered yesterday in Oak Park was so sad.
Yeah, Officer Reddins, Detective Reddins.
Yeah,
Shot.
because the police chief that did his that did the press conference, she said she's the one who did his background check in the first place, and So she knew him really well, and it was just, he was young too, only 40 years old.
Okay, so Fox 32 Chicago is reporting here that the shooting occurred outside near the intersection of 59th Street and South St. Louis Avenue, and they're calling it a mass shooting.
So in the street?
That's what Fox 32 Chicago is reporting right now. Saying a mass shooting was reported Monday afternoon on Chicago's South Side. The shooting occurred near the intersection of West 59th Street and South St. Louis Avenue. Now, it could be it could be one of these situations where somebody did a shooting from outside and started shooting up a house, like a drive-by. And we've covered numerous of those type of crimes on this channel from Chicago. See the Chicago Sun-Times. Police parked outside a resident in Chicago Lawn neighborhood. So it's unclear whether it happened indoors or outdoors, but they're there, police, and they're still there. This is a current live shot.
40 seconds.
Oh, they might be coming on giving us some information. Stand by. We could be getting some info on the latest of what happened in Chicago today with a mass shooting. Mass shooting in Chicago. Crazy world, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There was some other funny stuff at one of the schools in South Florida today. I thought there was a mass shooting at the school in South Florida.
It turned out to be a hoax or something?
It turned out being a hoax, yeah. But it required a lot of police. I got to charge this phone. I'll be right back. I'll plug it in.
Yeah, Channel News 2 is saying a house party. There was a house party going on, 3511 West 59th Street. No, they're saying Gage. I think it's called Gage Park. Yeah, Gage Park.
Did you say a house party?
Yeah, this article from Channel 2 is saying 6 individuals were shot during a reported house party, leaving 2 dead and 4 injured.
Who's having house parties on Monday afternoon?
Yeah,
I guess
weird.
I guess it's an extended weekend, holiday weekend. Maybe it's a bunch of people that didn't even work. Don't work.
Yeah, as far as we know, no arrests have been made. They're working to identify suspects and figure out exactly what happened here. But they have four people are injured and they were taken to the area hospitals.
Oh, did you want that Fox News article, Magnolia? Fox 32, here, I'll send that to you. See, the information trickles out as people gather up information. So we look at all the different sources and what people are saying. Let me also, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go see if I can see any additional ground feeds on Facebook here. I mean, the media is reporting this as a mass shooting. Would this be technically a mass shooting? I mean, there's a lot of debate whether, what qualifies a mass shooting and what doesn't. Some people say 4 have to die in order for it to be a mass shooting. Others just say it has to be 4 more people shot in one.
I think it's 3 or more.
3?
I think so. But yeah, I mean, statistically, it'll be recorded as a mass shooting for sure. We just don't know yet if it's like gang related or random. It does not sound like it's random so far.
I'm looking at something else right now for a second. What's going on here? There's some sort of shooting in Colorado Springs, but people were trying to connect it by an elementary school, but it was just actually a resident home. There's things popping up. We have the JLR Magnolia Command Center here, folks. We monitor events around the country in real time. You know this place here, right? This thing now has 4 choppers in the sky circling around this place here. 4 choppers.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they're all up there. 4 choppers in the sky. Now what are they? Are they like crime scene trucks? Yeah. Forensics. Or tactical teams. The tactical teams.
Well, this looks like it is in the middle of a very dense residential area. And they're saying 3511 59th Street. It's near the intersection of 59th and South St. Louis Avenue.
Probably have to find out who owns the home, but most likely it's probably somebody that was renting.
Yeah.
No police press conference yet. After covering Sarah Boone, I was in the process of getting some food.
Yeah.
And then this came across. I'm like, just never stops. This line of work never stops. There's just so much craziness out there that continues to happen. There is kind of a new update in the Hannah Kobayashi case that we've been covering.
Yeah, got some posts, some new info that seems like SF Investigates was able to learn today.
Oh, wait a second. Someone is posting that. See, I don't know the validity of this, but they're saying 2 of the victims here were Venezuelan migrants.
Yeah, and so I was wondering about that because I mentioned a minute ago when I was looking for more information on this, I saw some comments on Twitter, some people local that were suggesting this may be illegal migrants. So that's why, yeah, I'm wondering like if this particular area, drive-by shooting, 2 Venezuelan migrants walked into hospital with bullet wounds. Interesting.
Interesting. So we're looking more into that aspect of these victims.
So don't even tell me this is Tren de Aragua acting wild. I mean, it just keeps happening more and more, it seems like. Unless we just notice it more, you know? But
No, I mean, again, with Chicago, I don't have the numbers in front of me, how many yearly murders they get. But it's clear to me the amount of Wild West type shootings that just in the last few months have significantly upticked.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean people died. I'm just saying there's been shootings. We've been hearing about babies being, grazed with bullets, people's homes with bullets, people running around doing these wild shootouts. Teenagers. That's what I've been seeing. Now, if that's normal life in Chicago, that's normal life, I guess, but definitely not acceptable. But that's what I've been seeing, the trends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, might sit there and say, well, we have 20% lower homicides, and, they come out with these numbers and say stuff to imply like nothing to see here. It's safe. But we've also been hearing, now we don't know who the victims here, and we're not going to sit there and say this is migrants or Tren de Aragua. But what we can say in reference to Tren de Aragua and the Venezuelan migrant gang that has now been growing, it is growing in Chicago, and we're also hearing that some of the residents that've been there in the gangs are not going to tolerate them, and there could be major clashes soon in the streets of Chicago between normal gangs that we're not even going to say any gangs normal, but gangs that been in Chicago for, entrenched in there for decades, and then against Tren de Aragua is trying to put a footprint in that city.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is the
turf wars. Yeah, that's a good term. I was looking for a term. VKW said turf wars. Turf wars.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. A lot of people are throwing in the chat MS-13. Turf wars. Gangster disciples, Bloods, Crips against Tren de Aragua, MS-13. Maybe MS-13 against Tren de Aragua. I don't know. The Tren de Aragua, this group we really haven't heard much about them prior to the summer.
No, it just really blew up pretty fast, it seems like. But with as many states as they're in now, clearly it's going on for a while, and we just didn't hear about it. And I think what really kind of put their name out there more than anything else was the takeover of those apartments in Aurora, Colorado. That's when we really started hearing about this particular gang, this specific gang. Only to find out that they've already made their way into somewhere along the lines of 22 states already.
All right, so some people are reporting now that 8 people been shot here. So maybe the numbers are up now. 8 people shot.
Well, you know what's interesting? I think that could be because of the one that you just said, where they said 2 Venezuelan migrants walked into the hospital. So I think what the situation might be is that they found 6 victims here at the scene, and 2 other victims went to the hospital themselves. So that would bring it to 8. If that information is accurate. I mean, I've seen it now twice. People are posting, I think they may have heard it on the scanner.
Yeah, the scanner. They're also saying on the scanner, people are saying that the scanner said 2 Venezuelans walked into the hospital.
Right. So that could be the additional 2. Because
Interesting.
6 victims were found on the scene. 2 were dead, and then 4 were taken to the hospital. And now we have 2 who walked to the hospital.
This is not going to be a good look for the mayor if it ends up this was Tren de Aragua.
Yeah, this is insanity.
This is
People are
not going to go well.
I mean, people are describing this scene as total chaos.
Yeah, this is not going to go well. So we have a Magnolia. The other feed just went back up from the chopper. We want to get a clear version here, or I'll send it to you. They put a new feed up. Multiple choppers in the sky. Yeah, we got a feed now, clear version here. They're still there. I mean, it's the police presence is there. I mean, this has now been going on now for 3 hours or 2 hours. Well, actually, it happened a little after 2 p.m. Central 3. So 2 hours now. We're over 2 hours now of this mass shooting. As more information starts coming out, we will continue to share with all of you. What is that? Is that a migrant house? House party?
That's what I'm wondering. But yeah, Monday is an odd time to have a party in the middle of the day.
I know, right? It's an odd time to have a party in the middle of the day. Hey, some people don't work. Every day is a party for them. Every day's a party, I guess. It's cold out there too. Upper 20s. Upper 20s in Chicago. Chicago shooting. Oh, man. Just never ends. Just never ends, Magnolia.
Yeah, have you heard anything about a potential press conference?
No, I am looking, but I haven't seen anything yet. Not yet. Come on in, folks. JLR Magnolia investigates. Chicago, Illinois. 2 dead, 6 shot. See if we can get an update or any reports from out there on the ground. Did that come out of Chicago? Yeah, this was a case that just came out. No, this was St. Charles, Illinois, though. I don't know how far that is from Chicago, but a man was like threatening people with a chainsaw and they killed him. What in the world is going on here? Let's get some more info. No press conference yet. Well, they got the attention of the media, so authorities going to probably have to speak on this one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Well, if it turns out to be what it looks like it is, old Brandon might need to do a press conference. Mr. Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, the scanner has 8 people shot. Let me listen to this and see. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to listen to this real quick and see.
3511 West 59th. All right, so 3511 West 59th.
All right, here's the scanner. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll play it.
All right, so mass shooting 3511 West 59th makes for a total of 8 people shot, 2 DOAs. All right, so mass shooting 3511 West 59th makes for a total of 8 people shot, 2 DOAs.
So they said mass shooting, 8 people shot, 2 DOA.
Yeah, I heard her. That's like the clearest scanner I've heard.
Yeah, that was like, she's like, okay.
It was very clear. Normally it's like all you hear is like static, but yeah, the Cook County scanner is lit any time of the day or night. But yeah, it seems that this is pointing towards possibly involving Venezuelan migrants, which is the absolute last thing Brandon Johnson needs right now. And that's
This might be the nail in his coffin.
That's putting it mildly.
No, literally, I mean, of all the shootings, getting attention like this, which it's got, you got 4 choppers in the sky, you got a heavy police presence, you got multiple people dead. It will not be a good look on him if this is
dealing with people running around, running into hospitals with gunshot wounds. It's the middle of the day. He just tried to charge his citizens $300 million to pay for these people, and this is what they're doing. Yeah, last thing he needs right now.
So they're back there in like the back alley between homes.
Mm-hmm.
The question is there any killers on the loose, or is this like who did this?
Well,
anyone been arrested?
As far as I've seen, there's no suspects yet.
No suspects yet. There's that 3511. It's the brick house. The red brick house. You got an officer out there standing out there. Look, you can see the door. The door is open. In the brick house. It's open.
Mm-hmm.
The door is cracked.
Yeah, I see it.
So is that blood all over the steps? Nah. But that usually happens with these homes, and you got an officer while people are collecting forensic evidence. You have an officer always that's assigned to guard it and stand outside and guard. And that's their job, specifically just to guard the house while the crime scene gets secured. Or they collect evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Bullets, blood splattering, DNA, swabs. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They're taking pictures. They've got flashlights. It's getting dark soon. When's the sun go down in Chicago?
Oh, it should probably be soon. It's 5:20. Or well, is it what time are they on?
They're central, so 4:20.
So it's 4:20
So the sun
there.
is going down now. The sun is going down now in Chicago.
Yeah, 4:20.
They're taking pictures of the house. Some people in the chat are like, and I understand the people in the chat saying it's just another day in Chicago. I get it.
No, I mean this is a major event here. We're talking about, it sounds like now 8 victims.
No, it definitely is a major event. I mean, this is, you can clearly see it. You can clearly see the media all scrambled around the choppers.
Look at the detectives in the back. Look, they're going in.
Yeah. They're going in. Do they need a warrant for that?
That was a good shot.
Yeah, they're going in a home. Now, another thing to be looked for, see if they turn any lights on or if you see any flashlights coming out the windows. That might be an indicator where they're focused on.
There's a little evidence marker back there. Look.
Yep. Evidence marker. You can see it. It's on the back concrete.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been blood on that concrete. And there probably is blood on the outside of the house on the steps.
That's what I thought I saw. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw.
That blood, but I mean, we know that 2 victims ran to the went to the hospital, so it stands to reason they left a trail.
A blood
This
trail.
is just a disaster.
Look, you have in the alley there, the back alley, you could see the law enforcement vehicles. There's an alley in the back. Between blocks.
Yeah, Mr. Quinn said if it was another day in Chicago, it wouldn't be televised. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason there's so many choppers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Listen, there was like 4 choppers in the sky on this one.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often.
Mm-mm.
Let me see how many are up in the sky on flight radar right now. There was 4 at one point. There might be 3 now. This feed here was up earlier and then it went down. I probably had to get fuel.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 2 up in the sky now.
Yeah, because I think that this actually happened around 12:30 p.m. is when they first got the calls about this. So it's been about 4.5 hours.
I think the media was saying 2.
4 hours. 2:30?
2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, that's the way I saw it. 2 o'clock, around 2 p.m. But let me make sure. Again, we're all in a fluid situation, so we're talking here, folks, trying to get the understanding of what happened here.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be there for quite a while with that many victims.
Gage Park. Ooh, I mean, okay, so let me just do something here. Gage Park. Okay, so they had an incident in Gage Park there. Where a 17-year-old boy was killed a few blocks away last month. And the victims were Venezuelan parents to the 17-year-old boy. So there was because I just put in Google Venezuelan Gage Park. And it seems like there has been an Gage Park might be a migrant area. There's a migrant shelter that's nearby there too at one point. There has been numerous incidents in Gage Park dealing with Venezuelan migrants in the last year and a half. One was shot dead outside a migrant shelter in December of 2023. Another one, break-ins. What's this? Chicago police investigating after a person breaks into Gage Park migrant shelter. So on the 55th Street, the 2400 block of West 55th Street, there was there was at one point a migrant shelter. So this could be one of those neighborhoods. Again, I don't know. This is just there's people posting online saying the scanner said that 2 Venezuelan migrants went to the hospital from this.
Yeah.
So West 59th Street. Let me just see. So West 55th Street, there was a migrant shelter. The 2400 block of West 55th Street. I'm just going to see 2400 West 55th Street. All right, so let me just doing research, folks. Doing research. It's 3500 block of West 59th Street. I'm just seeing how far it is away. I mean, it's pretty close, a mile away. A lot. It's just listen, where this shooting occurred here, it's just neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood. That's all you see.
Mm-hmm.
North, south, east, west, from that location right there. That's what the homes look like. It's just there's lots of it.
Yeah.
These type of homes. A little bit to the west, though, is Chicago Midway Airport. Now, Midway Airport's interesting because the airport's literally surrounded by homes. Like, you don't have I've always said, like, airplanes, the margin of error once you land. I mean, you got to land because you can plow right into neighborhoods from the airport. I think at one point over the years, airplanes have skidded and went really close to neighborhoods after they skid down the runway in Midway. But this is the neighborhoods around Midway. Yeah, see, RAS said Midway literally right in the middle of the houses. It is. So this is a few blocks away from Midway. Yeah. I mean, they got all the blocks all blocked off too, which is interesting. JLR Magnolia investigates as we investigate this shooting that occurred. 8 people shot. SubX News is there. SubX News is that local boots on the ground streamer.
Yeah, they cover a lot of stories happening around Chicago.
Yeah, we played a clip of him downtown saying just how all the shops were all closed up downtown by the loop that normally would have been open. A lot of people, with the trash all over the place. And, it did show that downtown Chicago is just, some places is like a ghost town as far as businesses. They're just all not boarded up, but just nothing there. Like, what a waste of space. We have like
Mm.
no commerce going on down there in a lot of places. Shooting in Chicago, folks, 8 people shot. We're trying to understand exactly what in the world is going on. I think information will be coming out shortly. They're going to have to give an update on this one. And they will. Three 3511 59th Street. Let's see. I'm zooming in just to see. St. Louis. What do we got?
Well, I have the clip from SubX News we can play.
All right, hold on. I got to grab my food out front.
All right, yeah, so this happened at 2:13 p.m. today when they first got the calls of shots fired.
Beefsteak and fries. Come on in. Cheesesteak and fries. Is this the new normal?
It will be if they don't get things under control out there. I mean, we've said this, and you know what do they expect is going to happen when they keep on, letting people out, not keeping people locked up with violent records. They've got these gangs running wild. The city's overrun with migrants. They're out of money. By the way, I don't think we've reiterated enough. They're in the process of closing down all the migrant shelters, by the way. So a lot of the people that were in the shelters are being kicked out. They're trying to get them to go other places, to New York, Chicago, or New York, or Denver, or whatever. I doubt too many will leave, but some might. But yeah, they're closing down shelters. Brandon Johnson was trying to do this one system initiative and start like a new building that would house migrants and homeless together. We don't know how those plans are progressing though, because he cannot get the money approved by his city council to do the things he's trying to do.
Sun is going down, folks. But we're going to keep light on the situation. Even the sun goes down, we still shine the light. We want to know what's going on. We keep light to these stories. And this is live, by the way. This is live in Chicago.
Yeah, so you can see they had to block off the streets all the way around this area. So other people who live here, I don't know how that's affecting them.
Well, not only that, but I mean, people got to live there.
Yeah.
You know, and some neighborhoods might have been okay. And then, you know, you have things that shock their neighborhood to the core. Incidents. There's a story that just came out on WGN News a few minutes ago. Tensions grow at City Hall as Chicago budget deadline looms.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So the budget is supposed to be done by the end of the year, but the problem is they're facing $1 billion shortfall. And they're trying to figure out all these ways to make up for that, and nothing is working. So some people think the deadline could come and go without a budget.
Here's the thing, though. It's like this mayor has cut and slashed 2,200 police officers off the force. That's what's being reported. No coincidence, as you slash police, crime will probably go up.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it is. At the
Yeah,
same
and
time, they don't have any more money.
Right. They defunded the police by about $8.4 million, if I remember right. So they took away quite a bit of money there. They also, remember, got rid of the spot shotter. So they don't have that anymore.
No more spot shotter. Which is a service. What I mean, that determines where shots are coming from. What exactly is spot shotter? Like, what does that do? It's a program, right, that identifies shootings in real time.
Yeah, so when gunfire happens, it's basically just a listening device. It picks up the sound and it sends an alert to the police department. So it just kind of helps them know when a shooting happens sooner than someone could call 911, maybe, you know, so a way for them to respond quicker.
Shot spotter. Well, are they going to get that back? Are they going to try to get a new program, or is there, or like what's their plans with that?
Well, they were discussing getting something different to replace it, but they don't have anything to replace it yet. So it actually, I think they ended up, the contract ended last week, I think. But I think it had stopped being used even before that. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it's like a computer. It's like it can hear the sound of a gunshot and alert the police.
Shot spotter. Let's see, Chicago police. Yeah, I'm going through different sources here to see exactly what's put out there. There is a scanner up that somebody has. I could get the scanner up to listen to the scanner, but I mean the situation is what we see here, or what we're looking at here is the heavy police presence now has been there for almost 3 hours now.
Mm-hmm.
Sun is going down and 8 people shot, unclear who the victims are, unclear if there's any suspects taken into custody, any arrests. We just don't know. We just don't know. All right, so okay, so here's what they're saying. Magnolia, check this out right here. And you could read it if you want. I'm going to send you this tweet here. We might got some more info about what happened here. Talking about 2 Hispanics dressed in black
Mm-hmm.
involved with this shooting. 2 Hispanics dressed in black ran to a nearby convenience store, 59th in St. Louis. What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know what this is from.
I think it came from one of the scanner radio clip calls that people are saying. In that area. Now, just to make this perfectly clear, I mean, we don't know if this is migrant stuff related or not. We just don't know.
Well, this looks like it's a transcript from a clip off the scanner, maybe. But this is saying 2 male Hispanics in all black ran into a convenience store and then ran back out. The lot has been across the street. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it says that 2 Hispanic males ran into the convenience store during the shooting. But we don't know what that means. I mean, that could be to the 2 victims, maybe.
Victims are just people taking cover
that wanted help. Because you see in the footage, you can see the store that's right there. There's like a little, I think it's called Hacienda something.
Yeah. Let's see here, shooting. There was a reporter that was there on the scene. I'm going to see if I can get that clip.
All right. So there's this account called Chicago Critter that does cover stories in Chicago. And they just posted 8 people shot, including 2 fatalities. According to neighbors, A group of Venezuelans was allegedly hosting a house party when the shooting erupted.
Wow.
I saw that in another report as well.
I'm going to retweet the individual. Oh yeah, they're taking. I mean that Twitter account, they're taking victims out, possibly. So your take on that, Magnolia, is Venezuelan migrants are involved here, or just Venezuelans?
Well, they're being referred to as Venezuelan nationals. So, yeah, illegals. Every report from people that are either there or on the scene or have been on the scene, all of them are saying Venezuelan
Yes,
migrants.
this is the fourth one.
And for anyone confused, Venezuelan national means they're not a citizen of the United States.
Yes. Huh. Venezuelan migrants, folks.
That means they're a citizen of Venezuela, not America. That's what that means. In other words, illegal.
Eight shot, two fatally. Magnolia. On that tweet you sent me, victims that were shot were clearly, you can see the victims.
Yeah, they had a little clip that was showing at least one of the victims being wheeled out.
Yeah, I mean, this is bad, folks. We got another chopper coming to the scene too. Now there's two choppers in the sky. There's definitely going to probably be more to this story. Wow. Thoughts, Magnolia?
I'm just trying to see if any of the local mainstream media has updated their reports, but they don't really have any new information.
Yeah, other than what we've been putting out, I don't see any subsequent reports either, besides the aerial footage. I sent you a clip of a journalist that's there on the ground. It's only like a 1-minute clip.
Right now, Chicago police are diverting traffic from the scene during this investigation, but we do know from Chicago fire officials that 6 people were shot. 2 of them were dead when crews arrived here on scene. We do want to take you to video from Chopper 7 from above. Now, since we've been here, we've seen officers going inside of a home on West 59th near St. Louis Avenue here in the Chicago Lawn neighborhood. That's where we're told the shooting took place just after 2 this afternoon. Now, the ages and genders of these victims have not been confirmed, but according to CFD, 3 people are in serious to critical condition. 2 of them were taken to Christ Hospital, and the other was rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center. A 4th victim was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital and is listed in fair to serious condition. Now, community activist Pastor Donovan Price commonly responds to shooting scenes, and he says this one is even more tragic during the holiday season.
Seems like we've had more than our share of mass shootings, and with this one, at a time like this, it's extra somber, it's extra sad. It makes you really think about what happened some days ago.
Now, we're told Chicago police are expected to give an update on this shooting investigation around 4:30. That's when we're hoping to find out a motive behind the shooting, as well as if any suspects have been arrested.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
All right. And we got the chopper back up in the sky. They're going to give an update, huh? I think you're muted. So it basically, the feed froze.
Yeah, I think they're about to go offline. Yeah, here's this other one that I have. Let me see.
Or share that clip that you had earlier.
Yeah, I gotta check where.
I'm looking too to see if there's any feeds back up or anybody on the ground.
Orange County woman convicted.
So it looks like, but the choppers still have 2 people circling up, so they might be fueling up, or I don't know what they're doing. Chicago.
So this is a clip of the crime scene area.
Now this is coming from
journalist.
Whose clip is this? This is the
This was posted by Sub X.
Yeah, Sub X.
But this is a citizen journalist who took this footage. And it doesn't have sound, so.
Choppers probably went off because of it's hard to see. It's dark out now. I'd like to see what comes out of this, as far as, like, he said there was a 4:30 press conference, but it is now close to 6 o'clock, which puts it close to 5 o'clock there, but no press conference yet that I've seen. I'm gonna shoot over to Facebook real quick, Magnolia, to see if anybody's on the ground there currently. In Chicago, yeah. So neighborhood, it gives you an idea what the neighborhood looks like.
And there's the convenience store right there.
Gotcha. 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 Yeah, a lot of people there as far as law enforcement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. The whole street is filled with emergency vehicles. There's stretchers out there.
Well, I'm sure they got traffic cams to be able to pick this up. All right, Magnolia. Just blow me up. I think we seen.
Yeah, hold on.
All right. So I don't see any additional feeds up right now, folks. So we will continue to monitor the situation. Once a police press conference comes out, if it comes out, we'll share it here and continue to follow up on this story. 8 people shot, 2 dead, people critically injured. We don't know much more information. But when we get information, we will share it here on JLR Investigates. Thanks for spending time with us. Stay safe out there, my friends. Wild world. We got our eyes on Chicago. We'll talk soon. Have a good day, everyone. JLR Investigates.